Oh well, folks, what I can really say is that there's a massive breaking news here. It's like this kind of live stream here is for the massive bombshell here. And well, of course, if you've been wondering for what it is, well, of course, just by today, I got my hands on this piece of document here. This kind of document shows the list of all media who actually took Justin Trudeau's $61 million of media bailout. This is pretty much massive, isn't it? But anyways, let me just kind of say in your advance that I'm not gonna go through the whole list here. But it's gonna take me a huge time here to even kind of go through out the list here. So again, I'm not gonna go and read the whole list here. Few of them. I'm just gonna name some few notable media here who actually got Trudeau's bailout money, which is actually comes from the taxpayers. And I know for you folks out there who's actually have this typical question, whose money being used to actually pay off mainstream media, the corporate media, the legacy media? Um, Now it's kind of clear to you folks out there who have that type of question. The taxpayers' money. And well, of course, the secret is out now. Anyways, let me just say it here is that, well, you can find this piece of document at rebelinvestigates.com. That's rebelinvestigates.com. Let me just type the link here. Hold on. But anyways, so again, you can see kind of, if you can see this whole list here, pretty much all of media who took the bill out. And well, pretty much if I go to this whole list here, to this old pages here, so there's post media here. Actually, I say that they're kind of most of the media took the biggest amount of bailout. So post media, what else? Pretty much sure there's CBC. Let's see if I can find it here. Because I saw CBC on this list here. Well, this kind of way massive for me to actually go through out there. And well, pretty much that aside from post media, I kind of saw on this list the name of Epic Times, and well, they're the most media kind of. They're a newspaper who's against the Chinese Communist Party here, and I didn't get the reason why they are on the list of the media who took Justin Trudeau's bailout here. And well, this list is kind of pretty much long and massive. Enormous amount of list. But anyways, so again, let me just say it here. You know how Rebel News got this? Well, they requested access to information and privacy. In information, yeah. Anyways, so hold on. So aside from post media here, the CBC, pretty much there's the Globe and Mail here, and actually there's also some news outlets in Quebec who actually took the bailout money, and all of pretty much things here is that, well, the secret is out now. I don't think they can even hide this anymore. So, well, we've been wondering now if why they not why the mainstream media is not consistent on telling the truth of the story here. Well, should be obvious now because most of them are on this list. All right, they're on this list. So if they're on this list, do you think that they're gonna even bother to ask uh, hardcore questions on Trudeau? Do you think that they even gonna bother to tell the truth of the story here? Since they're receiving tons of amount, this is thousands of money, and it's all coming from the taxpayers' money. And well, all of pretty much things here, folks, is that what I can really say is that, well, there's in this list here, like there's the kind of this list also shows post media in this page here. They receive $16,686. Just imagine it, 16,000 of dollars, and of course, straight up from the pockets of the taxpayers. And looks like this is how the Prime Minister kind of apparently this is how Prime Minister Trudeau shows his respect for the taxpayers. Wow. That's all I can hear. Is that apparently this is how the Prime Minister is showing his ultimate biggest respect for taxpayers, for those hard working taxpayer Canadians. Wow. Can you believe it? This amount of money. I can go throughout to this whole document here, but there's a lot of them, and it's gonna take me tons of time for me to get them all together. And well, of course, let me just direct you to rebelnews.com. Business is absolutely massive. Every news media who secretly took Trudeau's $61 $61 million pre-election payoff. Sorry about that. Let me just kind of take that correction out. With this shameful, very shameful 29-page list of every media outlet, nearly 1,500 companies who took from Trudeau's $61 million re-election emergency relief. And, well, once again, folks, this is how the federal government showing their ultimate respect to you guys. Talking about the taxpayers. So, well, instead of those tax monies that you pay off going into infrastructures, building more roads, all that stuff. Well, it's all coming out to the media. Wow. And excuse me for a little bit here, folks. Sorry about that. But anyways. So, apparently that not only that a non-media companies to bail out, looks like some other companies too who's living off in this bailout. And, well, I saw there's Toronto Star News Inc. So, Toronto Star received $54,531. And there's more. And, well, not even gonna go through this. But anyways, I got this pretty much old documents. Just shows that the mainstream media, yeah, they're not even the same as before. And just kind of let me ask you this, folks. What just kind of really tell you about this document here? What does it really tell you about? Well, for me, just kind of tells that Prime Minister Trudeau is so very dedicated on using your money into giving out this amount of money to media. And, well, it doesn't kind of give out, this is not the list of, it doesn't list the names of individual reporters, but rather companies. And, well, this is kind of a 21 page for sure. And again, folks, can you imagine it? How can that be? You know, because, well, I said here, folks, this is the most breaking stories of all times. And I'm pretty much sure you've kind of heard their softball questions. And let me just kind of go and fact check the mainstream media again. because, well, they're just so busy on running misinformations here, especially when it comes to the protest that took place yesterday. Well, if you haven't seen their content yet, but I've seen it, I've watched it, and well, just purely a smear campaign. They call this anti-vax protest. Kind of, they kind of dare to protest and kind of interfere, and kind of the list goes on there. And well, of course, that's not true. Fact check does come out false because, well, those protesters actually were there yesterday to show their support for those healthcare workers who's facing a tremendous amount of challenge coming from the government, and I think especially from their employers because, well, mandatory vaccinations. Because I'm pretty much sure some of the healthcare workers there doesn't want to take the job, and they've been coerced to. But according to mainstream media, they're all there to interfere and uh, sort of cause trouble, which we know not true at all. Anyways, um, well, let me just kind of get you throughout to the next things here. Which media actually benefit Trudeau's bailout? Well, I should say like the CBCs, the Toronto Star, Globe and Mail, Institute Media. Heritage Ministry added over $30 million in recovery funding to undisclosed media recipients. Let me just write there. So, well, let me just say it there. Daily Hives, Black Press, Maclean's, The Logic, Select, Post Media, Daily Hive, and too bad, the Epic Times also benefited from this bailout. Because, of course, we're seeing that, the Epic Times is being the number one newspaper being so critical of the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. But again, this is $60 million that being given out to the media, an emergency relief fund, and well, now we have the evidence, and I don't think they can this up anymore. Well, one last thing. Now the subsidies are secret. Yeah. So before, we don't know who in the media received it, which media received the bailout, the emergency bailout. But now, thanks to Rebel News, they filed a access to information and privacy request. Now, we all know who got the 61 or 60 million dollars of taxpayers' money bailout. Wow. Again, can you just kind of believe it that 61 or 60 million dollars straight up from the pockets of the taxpayers? Anyways, now the subsidies are secret. Heritage Minister Stephen Guilbeault's department, well, of course, they refused to name publishers award nearly 61 million in pre-election emergency relief. The grants ensures readers receive timely information they require from their government. Reliable news is perhaps more important than ever. But of course, now we have the ultimate proof that the rest of the CBC, most media, they surely benefited from these emergency relief funds of bailout money. Which is, of course, again, it came straight from your pocket, from your pockets. So the Prime Minister dig into your pocket and took the money out of your pocket and give it to the media. And of course, again, if you want to see this document here, the full document, go to rebelinvestigates.com. That's rebelinvestigates.com. And you can also print this document and kind of make it into your own. Kind of you can have this document also by printing them on the same website, rebelinvestigates.com. But anyways, once again, this is how the Prime Minister and the federal government showing their utmost respect. Well, for taxpayers, hard-working Canadian citizens. What an absolute disgrace. For Revolution News, I'm Asylum Justin Binamor. Hey guys, well, of course, the federal election is just closing in now. And well, of course, we have few days before the federal election day kicks in. And well, of course, let me just kind of ask you these questions. Do you trust the mainstream media who actually took and benefited from the Prime Minister's Justin Trudeau's $61 million media bailout, which is came straight up from your pockets. Ha! I surely don't think so here, folks. And of course, that's the case here. If you wanna help me with the election coverage funds here, by going to donorbox.org/revolution election report. That's donorbox.org/revolution election report. And of course, that will be great there if you can. So Revolution News can continue telling you the truth of this story